Hey guys, it's Deneen, and I am here today with December Daily 2023 Story 2. And I have printed out some photos, and these are sized to fit inside of the craft pockets from the main kit. They are double-sided, and I have one photo to place on top of one of the pockets. This is some word art that I created pulling together different pieces of word art, and also my journaling, which is on sticker paper and then on the card that goes inside. So these two craft pockets are what I'm going to be working with today, and I want to attach them together with some ribbon. So I'm going to end up turning one upside down and placing a photo on top of it so that the words are not seen upside down. Then I'll punch some holes where the holes are in the craft pocket. And I'll put these two things together with the holes right next to each other. And then I'm using this green ribbon to just kind of pull through the holes and get these two pieces to be attached together. So I'm just going to kind of just tie a knot, right? Just normally like you would just do any kind of knot. Put some adhesive on the back, and I'm using this awesome candy cane striped paper for my base. So I'll just kind of put these two down so that they are right next to each other. And I didn't trim the ribbon until I was done so I could see how long I wanted it. You'll see I end up trimming it a little bit more. So those two pieces are now adhered on top of there. And here's my journaling. That's going to go underneath or inside of the first pocket. And then the second pocket will hold the word art along with my photos. So I put them together and I punch a hole in them because I want to attach them into like a little mini book. And my first thought, and you'll see here that I totally changed my mind, but I kind of wanted to just let you see how things worked out for me. I thought I was originally going to use one of these little, I guess they're kind of like bulb pins from Tim Holtz. And so I kind of pull it through there. And as I'm putting it in the pocket, I could tell that it might be a little bit difficult to push all the way down into the pocket and then add these little goodies onto that safety. I guess it's a safety pin of some sort. So I kind of play around here. I got a piece of one of the vellum phrase strips and then a Santa Claus from last year. And I punched holes in them so I'm able to thread them onto the safety pin. And you'll see I use a little bit of a marker here because I have a really hard time seeing where I want the hole to be. So I use my tool and I get a hole in the Santa. By the way, that was a sticker and I peeled the sticker part off the back of it. And then this is just a vellum phrase strip that I just punched a little hole in. And then I also have a Tim Holtz metal number 2. So you'll see here that I kind of move this safety pin around a little bit and I add my items to it, close up the safety pin, and then I slide it inside. And I think that's when I realized that it's not going to quite be what I want it to be. It's not fitting into the pocket the way I want, and the clip is in the way. So I'm going to go ahead here and take the clip off, take all of the goodies off of the clip, and then rethink the whole process because it just didn't work right the first time. So the goodies are off the clip, and now I'm going to go ahead and take a look to see what else my other options are. I pull out some red twine and some green twine, and I just wasn't happy with those, so I finally pulled out some jute twine, and I decide that that's the way that I'm going to go. So I just go ahead and thread that twine through all of those pieces and then add the phrase, the Santa, and the metal piece back on there. And before I go ahead and tie that permanently, I just want to make sure that option is going to work. And it did, so I kind of tie it a little bit loose and then put a double knot in it so that it will stay together. Then I start thinking about, do I want to embellish that pocket? And I have, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, I have a vellum circle. And I placed it on top of one of the circles from the main kit with the numbers on them and the gold rim around the outside. Staple that together. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull out my foam adhesive because, of course, I always love a little bit of dimension. So put a couple of those on there just to see how it looks. And then as always, I pull the backing off of a couple of them and I place it over the O in the word joy. So I like how that turned out. I think it looks pretty good. Fussed around a little bit with one of those cardstock phrases, and I wanted to see if I would add that underneath, but I wasn't too happy. So I ended up pulling out the stack of photos again and adhering that underneath Hello Santa, and then adding a little red chipboard star to that. And that is how it all turned out. So you can see here after it's all put together, I think it came out pretty good for a simple page. You can see here that the journaling pulls out from the bottom and the additional photos and the word art pull out from the top. And here it is how it looks in my album. You can see that the items hanging off of the jute are laying there very nicely and very flat, so I'm definitely happy with that decision. And then if somebody were to go and pull on either one of those tabs, they will see my journaling and my word art with the extra photos. Thanks for playing along today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and we will see you in my next video.